Welcome back to the Morgan Streetman Show. And as we were going to break, we were talking about what's happening in Portland, the wildfires, and there are some answers to the questions we're asking, but it's almost like we're not allowed to ask those questions, and we're not allowed to get information that doesn't go along with what the agenda is.
Well, you're certainly not allowed to talk about the fact that at least some of these wildfires are being started by arson. And there have been already 4 people arrested in the western states for arson starting these fires. There have been 2 in Washington, 1 in Oregon, and another in California. And one of the guys who was arrested in Oregon actually participated in starting what's now known as the Alameda Fire, which has destroyed at least 700 homes and resulted in at least 2 fatalities. Now, over 30 people, I think the last count I saw was 33, over 30 people have been killed so far in these fires out west. And in Oregon, they're suggesting that as many as 500,000, and that must be a little bit of a high number, but 500,000 people are currently in jeopardy of losing their lives or their homes due to these fires. So people are clearly committing arson. They're being arrested for it. There's some video that we've seen of it. And meanwhile, we've got Gavin Newsom telling us it has absolutely everything to do with climate change and nothing to do with anything else. We have Nancy Pelosi on Friday of last week on MSNBC. Now, this is coming from Nancy Pelosi. I thought the Democrats were the party of science, right? But here's what Nancy Pelosi had to say. Mother Earth is angry. She's telling us with hurricanes on the Gulf Coast, fires in the West, whatever it is, the climate crisis is real and has an impact. Oh, Mother Earth. So, okay, it's impossible. You can't believe in God, but you can believe in Mother Earth? Are you kidding me? Again, I thought this was the party of science. But here they are again talking about Mother Earth. Now, we got one last thing I want to share with you, okay? And that is the Clackamas County Board of County Commissioners meeting. And I've had to cut this down somewhat, but this occurred on September 10th. And you'll hear the sheriff captain saying that, some of these fires are caused by arson. Listen here.
So, yeah, the reason we're asking for a curfew, and we would probably liken that to the time of the noise ordinance to be implemented around 10 p.m. overnight. There are lots of confirmed reports of looting, mostly in the outlying areas, Estacada, Colton, Moala, Sandy, mostly in the outlying areas. Lots of looting has been taking place, burglaries and whatnot. There's reports of, and this is not specific to an area, but all over the county, both outlying and even closer into town, of people of extremist groups staging gas cans for later destruction.
Listen,
and equally concerning is there are reports of people from other extremist groups. It's not confirmed Antifa, but suspected Antifa. This is more specific to the Estacada area. Reports and sightings of people armed with chainsaws. And the goal was to fall telephone poles in hopes of starting further fires. And that's all the information I have at this point.
All right.
Now, these are the county commissioners here.
Anybody, Sonia?
I'm not sure I understand when you say gas cans, staging gas cans. Could you get a little more information about that?
Well, specifically staging full gas cans in sort of concealed type areas to later be used by themselves or other members of their groups to initiate, the starting of further fires.
Yeah, but this is some media thing. I mean, it hasn't been confirmed. So.
No. That part is not. But the Antifa part, there have been reliable sightings and reports, not confirmed. But it's pretty specific. Being armed with chainsaws, falling telephone poles in the hopes of starting further fires, and the looting, burglaries in the outlying areas all over Clackamas County is definitely confirmed.
Yeah.
So you hear the county commissioners don't want to believe it. In fact, they don't even want it said on their little meeting. Oh, this is some media thing. We read about this in the paper. This is the right-wingers trying to make stuff up about this. that hippie, whoever that hippie county commissioner is they've got there, who's been probably starting a few fires of his own at home. But anyway, okay, so you heard it right there from the Clackamas County Sheriff. You heard it from the other Clackamas County Sheriff, and there are at least 4 people who've been arrested for arson, with probably many more active. And so you have to know at least some of these fires are related to arson. Plus, look at how quickly they've all sprung up at this time. The people in the communities know it. You heard that from the guy that was interviewing the sheriff's deputy. So anybody who doesn't want to believe this or wants to put it off on some conspiracy theory, they just don't want the truth to get out there. They don't want you to know the truth. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.